Okay, good to see you once again here. So, I'm assuming you have now cut down your social media, cut down all the unwanted news and information which is bothering you. If you have done that, congratulations. If you have still not done that, pause this video, see what you can kind of really do and really implement that. I really mean that. I know it's going to make a big difference. Try that once and see what it does. At least for a week's time, and see how it kind of enhances the quality of your life, right? And then maybe if you like, after that you can continue. If you don't like, no problem, you can go back to your ways of managing the social media or the news. Okay, now here in this module we're going to talk about what is this risk. Stock market risk synonymous, that's what everybody talks about. That's how it is being described. Many of them think that stock market is highly risky, blah, 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 all of that. So first of all, we'll understand what is risk and then how to manage this risk. So what are we going to learn in this model? We're going to learn and we're going to discuss about what is risk, how to manage risk, and also understand some of the rules of risk management. So that you get not only theory but also the implementable aspect of it, so that when you get on to trade, all of this is in your mind and so that you can kind of implement it. So now let's jump on to the first aspect of what is risk. Now let us in general for a minute forget about stock market. In general, if somebody tells you the word risk or it is risky, what do we mean? What do you mean, right? So think for a second, think for a few minutes and go back to all the situations in your life where you have thought something was risky, something is risky, or somebody told you, oh God, no, we don't have to take so much of risk. Like for example, now you are kind of coming with your family, you've gone out for to your friend's place and you have stayed there a little late after dinner, and it's like post midnight, and you just have a two-wheeler, and now it is a time of the year when it kind of rains. It's a rainy season, so just assume that. And now when you start from your friend's house to come back to your house with your family, and you assume you are in a two-wheeler, now you may be thinking in your mind, am I taking so much of risk riding at this point in time? Maybe your friend told you, do you really want to take so much of risk? Why don't you stay here tonight and go back in the morning? And it's a very common. So what is this risk you're talking about here? Right? What does it mean to you? And do you know how to manage? Maybe you told, no, don't worry. I can kind of go. If it rains, don't worry. I have a raincoat. I have a jacket and a jerkin which can protect me and my family. Right? So you may kind of say that to your friend. Or, oh, don't worry. The journey is very fast and quick because it's not too far away and traffic is not going to be there. I'm going to reach home pretty quick and I'm going to give you a call back. Right? And there's nothing to worry even if it's midnight because there is always patrolling happening on that road. So I know how to kind of manage it. So now what did you do there? Right? There was a risk and you also knew how to manage it, or you also knew whether should you take it or not. Maybe this is your hometown, you did it. Maybe if it was not your hometown, if it was in Newton, you wouldn't have done this. You would have said, no, let me stay back here, I'll go in the morning. Right? So risk is possibility of something bad, untoward happening. That is what is risk defined. If I have to define it in English language, right? It is uncertainty of a future event. When there is an uncertainty involved about the future event, we call that as risk. I don't know how it is. I'm going to be cooking for the first time in my life. I don't know how the dish is going to come out, so it is risky, right? I have to take that risk now, right? I'm just kind of kidding, right? So it's a situation when expected outcome deviates towards unfavorableness. You want something, but something else comes up, and that is the risk. So all of this put together in general is called as risk. I hope you're kind of getting something. If you've got something, type in the comment, understanding risk. And also, And also, if you have come across in your life where you have to manage certain risk, narrate that, narrate that in a comment in few words. So we would love to kind of read that and kind of, get your perspective of, in your personal life, what risks you have taken and how did you overcome those risks, right? So what is stock market and trading risk? Let's kind of understand this. And from a stock market point of view, we say risk. Everybody talks about risk everywhere. So what is this risk? Now, very, very straightforward, very easy. There is nothing more to this, which means the risk in stock market or risk in trading is possibility of incurring loss. First. Second, possibility of capital erosion. Only two aspects, nothing beyond this. There is no other risk. From the financial point of view, only these two. Either you make a loss and you make so many losses that your capital itself is eroded. That's all. Only those two. What else? Of course, there can be an impact of that and there can be a byproduct of that. You make multiple loss, you erode your capital, you are now depressed. Depression is an additional risk. Or now you have to face your family. So you lose your face. That's another thing, right? Or you have lost so much of capital that your relationship is getting impacted. Your family life is getting impacted. You getting what I'm saying? Right? Those are all the byproducts of risk happening. So now you have to understand it clearly that from the financials point of view, there is just two things which we can call as risk in stock market, which is loss and capital erosion. Only those two things. Hope you're kind of getting something. Now, if you kind of got so much, type in the comment, getting risk, and list down if you think there are any other kind of risk from stock market, or list down in the comments what other risks you see, you kind of face in your life every day. There is one very common risk almost all of us face every day in our life. Can you identify what's that? And if you can identify, type that in the comment. I'll come and disclose that when I kind of come in the next video, where we're going to talk about how to manage those risks. See you in the next video. Until then, keep thinking and keep guessing that.